I wanted to show you something that I did that was driving me insane and I had no idea what I was doing wrong. You see, when you make a comment outside of your style tag, this is how you can make a comment in your HTML. And it turns green, so you know that this is a comment. It's not supposed to be red. But when you use this inside of the style tag, so you're using this to comment CSS, what it does is it messes with your CSS. As you can see right here, this is not reading my body color a light gray at all. And I also added this same kind of comment right before my div audio player, and it basically took away all of that. It didn't do anything to the audio controls because I still see the controls right here and they're still styled. So it's kind of strange how this is taking away this whole style. So if you want to make a comment inside of your style, you have to do it this way for a single line comment or this way for a multiple line comment in order for your styles to not get ruined. And I don't know why that is. I don't know why this isn't green inside of the CSS, but it's not. So if I take this comment off from being right above the div audio player and save this and then refresh the page, now you see the styles for the audio player. They all popped up. And then if I remove that comment from right above the body in the style and refresh it, oh, actually I'm wrong. I'm still not getting the proper body color. So let me take this off. Okay, well, I guess because this has the single line comment, I guess it just went further. This is a multi-line comment above the body. And so therefore, if you want to make a comment inside your style tags about any of your styles, do it this way. Don't do it this way. Why this won't turn green, I don't know. I don't know how to fix that. I was looking in the settings in the Notepad++ on style configurator and preferences, and I'm sure if the answer is in there, I just didn't find it yet, or maybe the answer is not in there, I don't know. But anyway, that kind of annoyed me because I couldn't figure out why my styles were changing on me, and what it was is I was putting comments in certain places inside my style tags for my CSS, and it was just basically screwing my code up. So maybe the best thing to do is maybe don't put any comments at all in your style tags, but if you do, do it like that. Blah, blah, blah. Do it like that. Okay, that's enough of that. I slightly changed my style to try to make it look a little less busy, and this is what it looks like in Chrome. This is what it looks like in Firefox. And this is what it looks like in Internet Explorer. So as you can see, when we get to the browser-specific styling, I still did give each browser its own thumb color, and with Firefox here we were able to colorize this line in the background, and in Internet Explorer we were able to colorize the line before the thumb and after the thumb. So I'm only going to go over the change in styles for this video, And then the next video I'll do any different functionalities based on Adam's further videos. I think it starts on video 5 in the audio player section. Okay, so I'm just going to go through this really quick. I'm going to highlight a chunk, and then if you want to change it yourself for your own code, just hit the pause button and type it, because I want to make this really quick. That's for the body. Moving on. This is style for the div audio player. That's for this whole thing, this whole entire player. Moving on. And this is the style for the audio controls, which basically is this little rounded section right here with a pink border and rounded corners, and everything inside of that, everything is nested inside of that. Alright, moving on. This style is for each of the buttons that are inside of the audio controls div. So here's one button that toggles between play and pause, and this is another button that toggles between the speaker and the mute. As you got the volume on this side, and you've got the moving the MP3 player back or forward with this one. Alright, if you're done with those controls, I'm moving on. This one is for each of these inputs with the type of range. So it's stylizing this one over here and this one over here. Alright, time to move on. This style is for the specific button that has the ID play pause button, which is this one. Okay, and if done with the play pause button style, we're going to move down. This is the style for the mute button. That's this one right here. Basically, it just gives each of these buttons a default background image, and then our JavaScript toggles between which image is showing, the image without the red symbol over top of it, and then the mute symbol over top of it is a secondary image. The next set are for the sliders. Input with the ID of seek slider has nothing in the curly braces. This is just a placeholder if I do want to do something specific with the style, and that's for this slider here on the left. However, the slider on the right does have a little bit of styling because I wanted to round the top right and bottom right corners. So I gave that border top radius of 7 pixels, a border top right radius of 7 pixels, and border bottom right radius of 7 pixels. So that was our two sliders, the seek slider and the volume slider. If you've got all that, I'm going to move down. This div has the ID of time box, and that's this box in the middle here that's showing the time, the current time that the MP3 is playing, and the total duration time. So there's the style for that. If you're done pausing, we're going to move down. Now this is what I was talking about. I wanted to specify that these are special styles for Chrome, and then further down special styles for Internet Explorer, and further down Mozilla Firefox, or whichever order. So that's all I wanted to, the only reason I wanted to put a comment in my style in the first place, and I just couldn't understand why it was still black and not turning green, but it doesn't turn green. Again, to repeat myself, if you make it like this, and you think, oh yeah, it's a comment, it's green, well, this will mess up your style, and then you'll be pissed off and you won't even know why. So I'm just bringing that to your attention because I don't want you to have to sit there and pull your hair out like I just did. Alright, so we've got a couple different things for Chrome. This one is the input type equals range. Pause it and do that one. And now we're moving on. And again for Chrome, this is for Chrome, input type equals range, : WebKit slider thumb. So that's doing this actual thumb piece right here. Now, if I were to misspell this whole style, and this whole style is dealing with the thumb for just Chrome, I misspelled it. This is what it looks like without any styling. You see, you still have this thumb here, there's just no styling to it. Okay, so if you've already paused that and copied that, then I'm moving down. The next little snippet is for Internet Explorer. This one right here. And here's two. You have input type equals range MS fill lower. I gave that a background of pink. And then you have input type equals range MS fill upper, and I give that a background of black. So these two styles are for this, the left hand side of the slider and the right hand side. That's considered the lower. The pink is considered the lower, and the black to the right of this is considered the upper. And there's one more, I believe one more. Yeah, one more for Internet Explorer. And that just says input type equals range MS thumb. Again, if I were to misspell the style for this thumb for Internet Explorer, this is all you get for your slider. You get this little square, which is the slider, and so it still works, you just don't have your thumb styled. Okay, so if you're finished with this for Internet Explorer, I'm going to move down. The next is for Firefox. Here's one style for Firefox. Input type equals range, : Moz range track. Let's get that one up here. That's this one here in the middle. So I can move that out of the way and this out of the way. This is Firefox. The range track background yellow. The only thing that's yellow, this is letting you know that this is what the Moz range track is being styled. So if you're done with this up here, I'm going to move down. Then you have input type equals range, Moz range thumb. And this is styling the thumb for Mozilla. So again, if we misspell this for the thumb for Firefox, this is what the unstyled thumb looks like. And really that's not bad. You don't even have to style the thumb if you don't want to for Firefox, because that's kind of still kind of obvious. But if you want to make sure, then you can use that and style it however you want. Alright, so now if you're finished with the input for type equals range, Moz range thumb, I'm going to move down. Now in this video I made this audio player a little bit smaller, And the IMG, the image that I'm pulling here and here, which are basically PNG files, I gave it a border radius of 50 pixels so that I could take the background and round it so that it would look like I have a transparent background even though I don't. And I gave it a margin of 7 pixels because without this margin, get rid of the margin. Without a margin around my image, look how close my little control area here was squashing up against the image, and that was annoying. So I gave my image a margin, which means everything around it has to be at least 7 pixels away. So it kind of pushed that, kind of evened my image out, my images out. Alright, so if you finished the style for the IMG, which means for the image, then the image with the ID of left is specifically targeting this one. And I don't know if I changed anything on that one or not, but if you're going to copy it anyway, then it doesn't matter. But if you're done with that one, if not, pause it. Otherwise, I'm going down to the last one. Okay, so here's the image with the ID of right. So it's targeting specifically this image because I gave it an ID of right. And I was really messing around with a lot of different positions, absolute and relative, and floating, and margin tops, and floating, and padding lefts and rights, and oh god, crazy stuff. I spent way too much time just to try to simplify this player. But in the final product here, this is what I got for this image. Height 70 pixels, float right, margin top 20 pixels. That's it for all the style changes that I made. So I'm going to close this video now and watch some of his other videos that I started and still haven't started yet. I started but haven't finished yet.